One of the very common things that I hear a lot from women is, I want to be in my feminine and I want him to lead. And then they don't share anything and they just waiting for the man to step in. Guess how effective is that? It doesn't. It's not going to work, right? Being in your feminine does not mean to be passive. Uh-uh. Feminine is not passive. Feminine in its own expression and world is a leading energy. It just moves differently, right? If masculine energy is an arrow, feminine energy is the water, right? It's flowy, it's less rigid, it's less goal oriented, and more experience oriented. It's more fluid, it's more playful, it's more creative. Where masculine energy very much rooted in structure, kind of like anchored in something, right? It's a form. Where feminine energy, right, it's kind of like shapeless. But feminine doesn't mean passive. So if you want to be in your feminine in your relationship and you want your man to lead, to not to communicate with him what it is that you desire. It's kind of the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. So, feminine leads with her desire. How does it look like? You share your vision. You share that I desire to go on this date, or I desire to experience this. I would love you to take care of us and surprise me, right? Or I would love you to plan it. And then you don't control them, you don't check on them, you don't criticize them for doing it their way and not your way. Another very big mistake by women. Because then we're wondering, right? If I'm criticizing him, if I know better, if I'm telling him how to do it better, why he's not trying to do it next time? I wonder why, right? We as people, we driven by price, but men particularly because they want to bring you happiness. And if you are not happy, um, it might impact them in the way that they just don't want to give, don't want to show up, don't want to put the energy. Um, your happiness as a partner would impact how he feels about himself, whether he conscious of it or not conscious of it. So if you correcting him all the time, you basically demotivating him to then showing up for you in a relationship. So let's come back to how feminine leads with desire. You express your desire and you developing a connection to the experience and how you want to feel, how your all five senses will be activated by that desire. And that juiciness of sensations, that sensuality, that emotional, wide, bright palette is like a lighthouse that attracts the right people, the right man, or inspires him to give it to you, motivates him to show up. And you being happy, this is a portal to your magnetism, literally, where you become magnetic to things that you desire. And they kind of like start just, you know, falling into your hands. Why? Because you in the fullness of permission of that desire to be delivered. You are ready and open to receive it. And I totally get it that if you had experience of being let down, if you had experience of being neglected, it's hard to trust that people will show up and that you matter. But that's your work to do, right? You can't project it on every single person you meet and then be upset why they are not showing up because there's no energetic match. That's why investing into your personal growth, that's why working with your negative mindset, doing your emotional release work, facing old stories, doing revision. Should I hold on to this or should I just finally let go and write a new story because I want to experience life differently? All that creates a permanent shift. And you are the only person who can give it to you. So, my invitation is to start practicing leading with your desire. You express the desire with your emotional activation, where all of your five senses anticipating receiving it, and you let it go. And you just know it will be delivered or something better. And it might be delivered in a different way. And that's a test. Are you able to accept it and be grateful for it? Thank you, universe. More, please. It's very important for the feminine to release the attachment to control and release the attachment that things needs to happen this way. This is not a feminine nature, right? This how the masculine function. And there is place for that to be. And there are obviously places in life where that needs to happen exactly the way it's calculated to happen. But it's not a feminine way. So be responsible. Name and claim your desires.